Alright, I'm not sure what is going to be the most useful presentation for this. I should probably make this shorter. I just did another video on this exact subject and it hit like 35 minutes. So this is going to be what Granny Nope shouldn't do. So if you are a first-time mom or a young mom and you need a reality check as to whether or not shit that's going down is not okay, this is for you. And if you want to be not a bad grandma, this is for you. And if you are a shitty grandma, hopefully this is a reality check for you and you'll learn something and take it from this and stop doing this shit. So, rule number 1, what Granny Nope shouldn't do. You hear this all the time. Well, I raised 2, 3, 4 kids and they turned out just fine. Granny Nope then uses this as an excuse to do whatever the fuck she wants. No. Alright, so, interesting fact. A lot of hospitals are now starting to offer grandma classes because the person most likely to damage or injure a baby is grandma. Because the last time they took any notice of how to not hurt a baby was when they last had a baby. The safety rules, they have changed. So, there's 2 tragedies in my family, extended family, that I want to talk about a little bit, which are completely prevented by modern safety standards. Okay? My great aunt and uncle, my grandparents' best friends, this actually ended up ruining their marriage. They had a mobile with dangly things on it for the baby. Baby was taking a nap. They went and checked on the baby, and the baby had stood up for the first time ever, managed to pull herself up on the side of the crib, got one of the danglies wrapped around her neck, and hung to death in the crib. It fucked everyone up. Like, my uncle is still fucked up about it because it happened on his 7th birthday. Yeah. It ended up destroying the family. The parents got divorced. They couldn't handle it. It broke apart lifelong friendships. It in the way that only something like this, a senseless tragedy of a baby dying can do. A completely preventable death. So, you cannot purchase anything like those mobiles anymore. They don't manufacture them. They are against all of the safety ratings. And the reason why those safety ratings are there for things like the mobiles is because they take a look at the babies that got seriously hurt or died, they try to figure out what's in common, and then they change the manufacturing standards. So things that were perfectly fine 30 years ago that are banned now, like drop-side cribs or certain types of high chairs or anything along those lines, guess what? A lot of those are banned now because somebody's baby got hurt or dead. You weren't an amazing mother that managed to raise all of those babies into adulthood to give you grandbabies because you were so fabulous. Seriously, looking at the statistics, a lot of times it was just you got lucky and someone else got unlucky. You're gambling, and you do not gamble with the life of another woman's baby. No. Another one that happened in my extended family. Baby died of SIDS. Was the fourth son out of 4. They did divorce. They did destroy that family as well. They divorced, and lots of really bad shit happened. But at the time, the baby would have actually been older than me, so he would probably be about 40 right now. And at the time, they didn't really understand the connection between tobacco use and sudden infant death syndrome. So nicotine is used as a pesticide because it fucks with the neurological systems of bugs and it makes them stop breathing. SIDS is when a child's underdeveloped neurological system dysregulates and the baby stops breathing. Nicotine and nicotine exposure, first-hand, second-hand, and even third-hand, is the highest risk factor. So, I quit last month, but I have been probably on average a pack-a-day smoker for over a decade. I'm very pleased to have quit, but whenever I went around babies, I would have a separate t-shirt. Usually I'd put it in like a gallon Ziploc baggie that was fresh out of the dryer, just been washed. I would wash my arms all the way up. My hair was up if it wasn't freshly washed. I would like wipe my face and everything else down with a baby wipe and put on the clean shirt, because I mean, if you're a smoker, you know, like you can smell the tobacco if you've been smoking in your clothes. You know. And that smell can kill a baby who's susceptible to SIDS. We don't know any, like the other risk factors, we're still trying to figure out all of it, but literally, if somebody who doesn't smoke can smell cigarette smoke on you, you are at risk for hurting the baby. Is it a pain in the ass? Yes, it is. Yes, it is a pain in the ass. Is it worth it to not accidentally kill a baby? Yes. This is a no-brainer. So if you smoke, like this is the standard now. Like if you smoke, if you're going to be around, especially a newborn, like the younger, the more important this is. If you're going to be around a newborn, you can't smell like smoke. Okay? Because that's the third-hand smoke. Like, if you smoke in your car, you shouldn't have the baby in the car, because it's not that the kid is going to pass away. Then it's like a few hours later. You know, it's a risk factor long-term, because nicotine dysregulates neurological systems and stops breathing in small creatures like bugs and immature creatures like babies. So, just like, fine, smoke. Like, goddamn. I've fucking had bad days where I chain smoke 3 packs of cigarettes. If you're gonna smoke, smoke. But if you're going to be around infants, take precautions. And you know what? Those precautions weren't standard procedure when I was born. They're kind of becoming standard procedure now. Just go with it. Car seats. Well, I didn't use car seats and my kids were just fine. You know what? Other people's kids weren't. Other people's kids died. And even if you're a great driver, I'm a pretty good driver. You know, the car accident I was in where I broke every bone in my neck and most of my back, dude was going 80 miles an hour texting while driving and hit me. I was at a red light, there wasn't a dang thing I could do to stop it. And if there had been a small child in the car, when it wasn't latched in with a car seat, they would have become a projectile. They would have gone through the windshield and died. Or they would have bounced around the inside of the car and probably died. The only reason I made it out was because I was wearing my seatbelt. If I hadn't been wearing my seatbelt, probably would have either gotten even more messed up than I was, gone through the windshield, and I probably would have died. You know, it's just the nature to be. So even if you're a great driver, use the damn car seat. Learn how to use the car seat correctly. Every single fire department, if you go to the fire department and you're like, how do I use this car seat? They will show you, because you know what? Most of the first responders are fire departments. And my wife's former police department, and you know what the cops really fucking hate? Showing up with a dead kid on a scene because they weren't buckled up in the car or they weren't in a car seat. So the fire department has to fucking see this if you don't do it right and you're not lucky. So, if you don't want like dealing with all of the straps and everything, don't drive with the kid in the car. Period. And if you drive tipsy or buzzed, let's face it, if you drive and you've had any alcohol in like an hour or two with kids in the car, there's a special hell for you. And if you do that and you get completely cut off from your grandchildren because Granny Nope just had to have herself a little better before she drove around with the kids, you're an asshole and you deserve nothing from your family. You deserve to be completely cut off. So, Granny Nope, what are the 3 things that we learned today? Don't gamble with other people's babies' lives. You were lucky. Everybody who doesn't have to go through the death of a child is lucky. Don't count on luck. count on statistics. Luck is fickle. Do everything you can to reduce risk factors, all right? Use car seats. Listen to mom when mom says that's not safe. Are they being overprotective? If they're a first-time mom, probably. But going behind their back and doing shit that first-time mom doesn't approve of, not a good idea. Not a good idea. So, like, get your vaccines, get your Tdap. If you smoke, do the shirt changey washy thing. It's annoying as hell, but it's better than a dead baby. Yeah. Just fucking do it. It's so easy. And if you take any of the safety recommendations, the current safety recommendations, as some sort of personal insult or criticism, then you may not be emotionally mature enough to watch another woman's child. So don't be surprised if you don't get asked for babysitting duty a lot. If they can't count on you to not do shit that's been shown to kill babies. Alright? So, first time moms. You're going to be overprotective. Because for the first time in your life, your heart is no longer inside your body. It is walking around outside. And that feeling never quite goes away. Mine's 18. She's an adult. She's, I still worry every day. But if your gut is telling you something's off, you need to listen to it, because honestly, that baby has one advocate. Most guys are pretty good at it. Some guys they don't catch it. You're the baby's first and last line of defense. They can't talk. They can't stick up for themselves. They can't say no. They can't have even figured out how to poop in a toilet. They don't know what's right and what's wrong and what's good and what's bad. They don't. They need you to protect them. So if you have a granny nope, even if it butt hurts her and chaps her ass, even if she's giving you money that you desperately need, it does not matter. You are the only person who can stick up for your baby and keep them safe. Never, ever, ever, ever let somebody talk you out of what you need to do to keep that baby safe. Okay? Because I can guarantee from having seen it, that if anything happens to that baby, you will never get over it. Ever. It will haunt you. Not just for the rest of your life, through incarnations. You will never get over having that baby die. Or having that baby get hurt. You will never be able to forgive yourself. It's just the way it is. So, protect your child. And it doesn't matter if it's your mom. It doesn't matter if they're like, oh, I've raised 16 kids. Well, yeah, you haven't raised mine. That's my job. And I'm saying, right now, that if you want my kid, you're going to follow these rules. And if you don't want to follow those rules, you don't get to see my kid. You have to lay down the law, even if you're not used to laying down the law like that. Because remember, it's your kid. You're the boss. Absolutely. 112%. Nobody else is going to care about that baby as much as you do. Nobody else is going to stand up for him. That's your job. So, moms, take care of your babies. Grandmas, please, please, please get a fucking clip.